All right, so check this out, guys, real quick. I wanted to show you guys how I have my MPC Key 37 hooked up to my workflow. So you have your output right here, and then you have your input. You have 4 TSRs, but you have basically one output for stereo, one input for stereo. Now, with your input for stereo, you can more than likely, if you got two audio signals you want to get in, you could probably go mono, mono, but I wanted to opt it just for the stereo and everything like that, and I'll go over that real quick. So this right here is my input, right? So in my input, I have it coming from my Alto S8 mixer that I had laying around that has now found new use. I have two sources that I'm pulling samples from: my phone, which is in my hand right now, and then I also have my record player that is over here that I also pull samples from. The issue was I was plugging into this via a Y cable, via this Y cable, 2 males, 1 female, right? And it was going into here, but I would have to just switch in between the two, plugging and unplugging, and I didn't want to do that. Now, I could have went mono mono if I wanted to, but I opted not to do that because I also want to add other instruments externally to my workflow, and I don't want to unplug and replug. That's where the S8 mixer comes in. So right now, this plug right here is in channel 1, and my 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 record player is into channel 2. I plan on getting like an electric guitar and all this other stuff, and a synth that I'm going to also plug into channel 3 and channel 4, so that I can have these inserts going into the MPC Key 37. Now you might be asking yourself, why not just plug into your audio interface and use all the channels that are inside the audio interface? Well, because of the audio, the way that I do my video content and everything like that, and have to record it, it would not be conducive to that workflow, and that's for another video. So that's the input. This allows me to expand out and have multiple inserts going into the MPC Key 37. I'm the type that likes to plug things in, set it and forget it and leave it alone, and I can pick it up and run with it whenever I need to, and I'm not fiddling around in the back or fiddling around with anything over there in the effort to get sound inside the MPC Key 37. Moving on to the output. So with the output right here, I have, of course, the left and right going into my audio interface, but I'm not using USB connectivity, so I'm using audio input by going into channel 4 and channel 5. Now, I did have it going with this particular Y cable going into the back of my audio interface. So again, you got your female and 1 male going into the audio interface. But what I ended up noticing was when I went to mixing inside the MPC Key, meaning you're leveling your sounds and stuff like that, and I started to pan, I noticed that I really didn't hear a distinction between the left and right pan like I really wanted to. It was subtle, but it wasn't present the way I wanted to be present. Maybe that was just my ears, I don't know, but it wasn't as noticeable as I would like it to be. So what I ended up doing was just taking the left and right, one going into 4, one going into 5. And then I went into the software and I hard panned all the way 4 to the left and hard panned 5 all the way to the right to kind of give that stereo width that I'm looking for. And it's actually worked out very well with that. Now, with that being said, because I'm going from my output into my audio interface as an audio input, this is going into my iPad, and then with Cubase's 3, I'm able to record live the way that I might play the MPC during any of my video content that I create. So the reason why I did this whole workflow the way that I'm doing it and not just went from the MPC directly into my audio interface was because of the video contents that I create, because of the video content that I create, and I want to be able to still do my voiceovers with it along with recording the MPC all together in one setting. So it's going into the iPad, being able to go into the, so it's going into the iPad, and of course inside of Cubase's 3. As a matter of fact, let me pull that up so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about and give you a visual of that real quick. So right here, these 2 tracks right here, this is the MPC Key 37. That is the the channel 4, channel 5 that's coming from here going into here. This top one right here, of course, is my voice overdubs that I would do, or my voiceovers that I would do with my what is this, the Lewitt, I want to say it's the 440, the Lewitt, going, of course, into my WA73 EQ, which is going into the audio interface, which is going, again, into here when I record audio and everything like that. So it all flows into the iPad all together and everything just for that. Now, as far as exporting and using this for like full beat making and everything like that, I don't have to record it into there if I don't want to. I can just export it on out if I'm sending stuff out and things of that nature. So you still get the best of both worlds with that. But this is set up strictly for the in real time effect of playing my music while recording myself from the video aspect. I hope that made sense, guys. But that's how I have this set up. I just wanted you guys to see that. One last thing I did want to just note was the volume control aspect of all this. So this is the main volume control of the output when it comes to the MPC Key 37. As you can see, I have my levels set right here and I'm leaving them right there. I'm not going to touch them. So in other words, if I need to adjust the clipping going into the audio interface, I just adjust it from here to turn it down so I'm not clipping. And as far as the overall volume for my speakers inside the room, I'm using my Monitor Station V2 PreSonus right here, and I just use it with that knob right there. So just wanted to give you guys that insight on how I'm controlling the volume overall. So that's how I got the MPC Key 37 hooked up and running. Give me any tips or tidbits or tricks or whatever you can give me on this. Give me any suggestions. I hope this has helped anybody that's looking for a way to hook up their MPC Key 37 or just the MPC in general. Much love and respect. Y'all be safe out there, man. This is your boy Sleep. Peace.